Difference between compound interest and simple interest for the same principal and same rate of interest and CA compounded annually. So this is the type of questions that gets usually asked. So we've come up with a formula. So make sure that you guys apply the formula. You'll get the answer directly and within seconds. So if you're asked to find the difference between compound interest and simple interest, and you have to make sure that the principal and the rate of interest are the same. So both for compound interest and simple interest, the principal and rate of interest must be the same, and the question must say that the compound interest is compounded annually. Usually when the question says nothing, guys, it means that they are compounding annually. But sometimes they will say half early, then you just follow the usual method and then find this SI and CA and then take the difference. But usually they won't ask such questions where compound interest is compounded half early. Okay, usually the format will be like this. The format will be like this, where you will be given that you have to find the difference. So this is the first thing they'll tell you. They'll tell you to find the difference. They'll also tell you that you have to find the difference between CI and SI, compound interest and simple interest. You always know compound interest is always greater than simple interest, right, guys? So that is why CA comes first and SI comes next. For the same principal and rate of interest, for the principal and the rate of interest both the same, and CI compounded annually. So this will also be mentioned. Okay, if it is not mentioned, if nothing is mentioned, it means they are compounding annually. If they are compounding half yearly, they will explicitly mention in the given question. So for 2 years, let us say they ask you to find the difference between compound interest and simple interest for the same principal and rate of interest for 2 years. The time period is 2 years. If that is the case, the difference formula will be equal to PR square by 100 square. The difference formula is equal to PR square by 100 square. Sometimes in some questions what will happen is they'll give you the difference. This difference will be given and they'll ask you to find P, or they'll ask you to find R. Depending upon the question, you can use the same formula and then solve it. Now for 2 years, this is the formula. Let us suppose they ask you for 3 years. Usually the pattern will be like this. They ask only for 2 years and 3 years. So that is why we have formulas for 2 years and 3 years. For 1 year, what does it mean? 1 year, guys, you find that if the principal and the rate of interest are the same, for 1 year, CA and SA will always be the same. So the answer is zero. They won't ask such questions. Okay. So they'll never ask 1 year, because 1 year for principal and rate of interest being same, the compound interest and simple interest for 1 year will always be equal. So the difference between them will be zero. For 2 years, this is the formula. For 3 years, the formula is PR squared 300 plus R divided by 100 cube. This is for 3 years. Now, what if they ask for 4 years? So that is what I have been talking about all this while, guys. So they ask only for 2 years and 3 years. So I know question paper. I've never seen anything like 4 years and 5 years. Rarely I've seen for 4 year question. Now, what you do is you do, if it is for 4 years, what you do is you do it manually. Okay, so you can try and do it manually, uh, where you find the simple interest for 4 years, find the compound interest for 4 years, then subtract it. Okay, but that will never happen. Usually, if they give you this question, they'll ask for 2 years and 3 years only. And if they ask for 1 year, your answer should be zero. So let's get started solving problems. Ramakant wants to earn rupees 1500 interest on his deposit. He plans to buy a sack of grain with the interest. Now, this is what I call unnecessary information, but they give this to make you tired. Okay, so they want you to read this. He plans to buy a sack of grains with the interest. Okay, now we'll solve this question. You will tell me if this information is really required to answer this question. The information that is underlined. Okay, so we'll see. So Ramagan wants to earn rupees 1500 as his interest. So they've given the interest. He puts 5000 into his account that earns 2.5 percentage interest. How long will he need to leave his money in the account to earn his interest that would help him buy the sack of grains? So This is what is given, guys. So the first point I'd like to say is, if nothing is mentioned, okay, by nothing I mean if the categorization of if it is a simple interest or if it is a compound interest, okay, if that thing is not mentioned, what you guys do is you take it to be simple interest. Okay, if nothing is mentioned, it is always simple interest. If they say just interest, it means simple interest. If it is compound interest, they'll explicitly mention it to be compound interest. So you need not worry about that. Because it is simple interest, you can just if it is simple interest, they might not say anything. They just look at this question, have they mentioned simple interest anywhere? They just say interest, right? So they just say interest. What they're talking about is simple interest. If it is compound interest, they'll always mention it to be compound interest. And in compound interest, they'll also mention if it is done annually or half yearly. If nothing is given, it means they are doing it annually. Okay, so these are all the givens that you guys should know. So let us write down the givens. So let us take what is given. So what is given as principal, guys. What is given as principal, right? So he puts down 5,000, right? So here principal will be equal to 5,000. Now what else is given? SI is given. SI is given, which is 1,500. So the SI is 1,500, and they've also given the rate of interest. Rate of interest is given to be 2.5 percentage. So this is 2.5 percentage. They've also given rate of interest. So principal 5,000 is given, simple interest 1,500 is given, rate of interest 2.5 percentage is given. Okay, so you guys have to find the time period. Now yes, it is easy if you just apply the formula. So let's take the formula. The formula is SI is equal to P into N into R divided by 100. So you guys know this to be the formula. You just apply the givens in the formula, guys. You will get N. Okay, so they're not all an issue. So this is a very simple problem. So let us take this and then apply simple interest given as 1,500, which will be equal to 5,000 N. R is 2.5 percentage, which I'm going to take it as 5 by 2. Okay, 2.5, whatever, whenever you find decimals, convert it to fractions. It will be easy for you. 5 by 2, which will become this, right? So you can just strike out the zeros, guys. If you take the zeros here, you can also take a 0 here. What will happen is, if you try to solve this, the value of n will be, so the value of n will be 3,000 by 250 will be equal to n. So 3,000 by 250 will be equal to n. Now what is the value of n, guys? 3,000 by 250, I think 5 to 6 years, I guess. Not 6 years, 12 years. Okay, so it will be 12 years. So 12 years will be n. Okay, see what it means is, what this whole thing means is, so this is the answer, guys. So 12 years is the answer. What this whole thing means is, see 5,000, 12.5 to 2.5 percentage. Let's first understand how much that is. Okay, you can also go like at it like this. Okay, the method that you can use here is, take this 5,000. Okay, now what you do is, find 1% of 5,000. What is 1% of 5,000, guys? 1% of 5,000 is actually 50. Okay, 1% is 50. What is 2%? 2% is 100. What is 2.5 percentage? 2.5 percentage is actually 125. This is what I'd say is 2.5 percentage. So 2.5 percentage, guys, is 125. Okay, now if this has to what is this again? What is this 125? what do you say this 125 is? This 125 is the interest amount that he gets for how long? For 1 year. That is the meaning of 2.5 percentage interest, right? Yes. So this 2.5 percentage is the interest that he gets for 1 year. So for 2 years, how much will he get? For 1 year, it is 125. Okay. For 2 years, it will be 250, right? For 3 years, it will be 375. For 4 years, it will be 500. So what you can see here is, so it takes 4 years for him to get 500. So why do I use this pattern, guys? What is so striking about this pattern? Yes, it is simple interest. So you can see each year the interest is the same. Every year the interest is nothing but 125. Each year the interest becomes the same. Okay. So here it is 125, which is the interest, and if you go like this, for 500 rupees they take 4 years. So 1500 rupees, which is the interest, they'll take how many years? They'll take 12 years. Yes. So you can also go about it this way. So I've given you two methods. Choose whatever is comfortable and easy for you. Make sure that it is comfortable and easy for you guys, because only when it is comfortable and easy for you, you'll be able to do problems quickly. uh, I could teach you an easy method, but it might not be easy for you. Okay, according to you it might be difficult, or you need more practice in that method. So if you feel like some method is helping you and making it easy for you, use that. Okay, and if you feel something is tough, don't try that. Okay, because when it is tough, it always takes more time. Okay, so what is tough for you may not be tough for somebody else. So it is like a very specific customized solution for everybody. So it is like a customized way. So we'll move on to the next one. Right. What will be the final value of investment for the principal value of rupees 80,000 for 4 years at 10 percentage per annum rate of interest? Again, guys, you can see there is no mention of simple or compound interest. So if there is nothing mentioned, go for simple interest. So final value. So in other words, what they're asking is amount. That is what they're asking. And let's see what is given. What is given is, so the given is actually principal. So you have the P, which is 80,000. Then you have N. So N is 4 years. Then you have R. R is rate of interest. So N is 4 years. R is rate of interest, which is 10 percentage. See, you can see they've given per annum rate of interest. Yes, it is not for 6 months. They say it is 10 percentage per annum. The standard way of mentioning rate of interest is always per annum, guys. Even if it is not per annum, you change it to per annum. Okay, because so that is the standard way of mentioning rate of interest, per annum. Okay, so these are the given. You have to find the amount. So you guys know amount is nothing but principal plus interest. You already know the principal. This is the principal. So 80,000 is the principal. What you guys have to find is, you guys have to find the interest. So here, because I told you there is nothing mentioned, so simple interest is what we have to find here. So trying to find simple interest, what will happen is, so for 4 years, let's go step by step. 10 percentage per annum, right? So if I forgot to mention that it is PA. What does PA mean? PA means it is per annum. So if it is 10 percentage per annum, what it means is, for 1 year it is 10%. For 1 year it is 10 percentage. That is what it means. So what is 10%? It is 10% of the principal. You know, rate of interest is always for the principal under simple interest. So if you, I just want to make sure you recount this. Rate of interest is always for the principal under SI, right? Rate of interest is always for the amount under CI, right? So here it is SI. So we do rate of interest for the principal. So what will happen? We'll do 10 percentage of 80,000. 10 percentage of 80,000 is 8,000, guys. So for 1 year, at the end of 1 year, this is per annum, right? So they say per annum means per year. So 1 year, the interest is 8,000. Okay. Or I'd say first year, SI will be equal to 8,000. Now for 1 year, if it is 8,000, for 4 years, what will happen, guys? For 4 years, you just have to do 8,000 into 4, which will give you 32,000. Yes, so this 32,000, guys, is your answer. Now, this is how you make it simple. Okay, so you make it simple, taking 10 percentage is 8,000, that is for 1 year. For 4 years, multiply it by 4. Okay, you don't need to like do, okay, A is equal to PNR by 100 plus P. Okay, so you don't need to use that formula and all. Okay, just use this simple method to solve this question. Sangeeta invested rupees 20,000 at 8% per annum. If the interest is compounded half early, then total interest earned by Sangeeta at the end of the year. And now, while looking at this question, I get this thought, guys, that usually people fail to read the question carefully. What they've asked here is interest, but what people will find is the amount. That this is a usual mistake, very because they read the question casually, they don't read it with intent or with concentration. What happens is they think they would ask amount, and they are in a haste, right? They want to complete the question paper quickly. So what happens is they try they are, what is asked is interest, okay, and to be more specific, compound interest. But what they try to but they think they're asking amount, and then they'll give the answer as, they'll give amount as the answer. And to their surprise, they'll also find that option also given in the, as one of the four options. They'll give the interest and the amount as options, because they know people make mistakes in the silly things. Okay, now Sangeeta invested 20,000 at 8% per annum. First we'll start with the givens. So the givens here is principal, which is 20,000. Uh, Rate of interest is given, which is 8% per annum. So I write it as PA per annum. And you have to find compound interest compounded half early, right, guys? This is compound interest. Okay, now they are compounded half early. So what I should do is I should find the rate of interest for 6 months. If it is 8% for per annum, then it is 4% per 6 months, right? So you could first split up the percentage. If it is 8% per annum, then 4% for 6 months. Okay, so we'll take it. We'll take 20,000 and then try to do the compound interest method. 20,000 and the rate of interest is 4% for 6 months. So now what happens? 4% for 6 months. So for at the end of 6 months, what will happen is, guys, so this is 6 months mark. At the end of 6 months, what will happen is it will be 4% of 20,000. Okay. So that we'll first find 1%, guys. 1% is this 200. If 1% is 200, what is 4%? It is 800, right? So we can simply write this as 20,800. At the end of 6 months, this is what you get. At the end of 6 months, the amount, okay, the amount is 20,800, but you have to understand that what they're asking is interest for 1 year. That is what you find. Okay, now for the next 6 months, guys, what do you think is the rate of interest? It is the same 4 percentage, right? Because 4 percentage is for 6 months. Okay, if the same 4 percentage. Now what is 1 percentage? Now 1 percentage is 208. Am I right, guys? 1 percentage is 208. 4 percentage is nothing but 832. 208 into 4, right? 208 into 4 will give you 832. So at the end of 1 year, guys, what will happen is at the end of 1 year, okay, so at the end of 1 year, what will happen is you will have 21,632. This is what they'll get. Okay, 21,632. This is at the end of 1 year, because the interest here is 800, and the interest here will be, this is 800, this will be 832. So if you add 800 and 832, you will get, here it is 800, here it is 832. Now you tell me what is the see again, so this is where people make mistake. They take 21632 and write it in the answer section. That is not the correct answer. That is amount. What we want is interest. For 6 months it is 800. For the next 6 months it's 832. So 800 plus 832, guys, will give you 1632, and I'd say is the answer for this question. Okay, so 1632 is the interest for 1 year. A man deposits 5,000 in his bank account for 5 years to earn an interest of 12 percentage. What amount will he get after 5 years? So again, nothing is mentioned. Simple interest, compound interest, you don't have a clue. So take it to be simple interest. So again, principal, the initial sum involved in any transaction is the principal, right? So here the initial sum involved is 5,000. What is the n? N value is equal to 5 years, right? R value will be equal to 12%. So PNR, you have to find the amount, guys. So just find the interest and then add it to the principal. Okay, so that is how simple it is. So if it is 12 percentage, guys, what is 10 percentage? What is 10 percentage is 500, 1 percentage is 50. Okay, so this is how you go. Okay, this will make it very very easy. 10 percentage is 500. Okay, 1 percentage is 50. Okay, now this is how you go. 10 percentage is 500, 1 percentage is 50, 1 percentage is 50, 2 percentage is 100, right? So 12 percentage will be 500 plus 100, which is 600. Correct? 12 percentage will be 500 plus 100, which is 600. If 12 percentage is 600, this is for 1 year. This is for 1 year that he gets 600. So 5 years, what will happen, guys? For 5 years, you have to do 600 into 5. So you have to just multiply this by 5. And what you will get is, you will get 3,000. Okay. You will get the simple interest to be 3,000. And you are not done. Okay, this is not the answer. You have to find the amount that he'll get after 5 years. Amount, guys, is the sum of principal and simple interest, so which will be 5,000 plus 3,000, which is 8,000. So this is the answer, 8,000. Given that the interest is only earned on principal, if an investment of rupees 1000 amounts to 1440 in 2 years, then what is the rate of interest earned? So the key word here, guys, the key word here is the interest is only earned on principal. Yes, did you watch this word? The interest is only earned on principal. Okay, if the rate of interest is for simple in, if the rate of interest for the principal, we call it simple interest. If the rate of interest is for the amount, we call it compound interest. Here they explicitly mention in the first line itself. They say the given interest is only earned on principal. It means they are talking about simple interest. Okay, they are giving you different ways of looking at this question. And guys, I rate of interest for principal is SI, right? Rate of interest for amount is CA, right, guys? Yes. So here they say they explicitly say the interest is earned only on principal. So simple interest. Now, what is that you know of simple interest? So it says in 2 years, so 1000. What happens is this is 1 year. Okay, so first year we don't know what the amount is. Second year we know it is 1440. So 1440 is what happens in second year. Okay, so this is second year. Now you know in simple interest the interest for the first year and second year will be the same. Am I right? Yes. So what is the total interest that is garnered for 2 years, or what is the total interest that you see for 2 years? So for 2 years, 1440 is the total interest. So for 2 years, you know it is the same. So what do you do? Just divide 1440 by 2. Okay. If you divide 1440 by 2, you will clearly see what the rate interest is for 1 year. Using that interest, you can easily find the rate of interest. Okay. So if the 1440 is the total interest, okay, for 2 years, guys. So sorry, guys, it is actually 440. Okay. Just a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah, it is 440. So for 2 years, 440 is the total interest, right? Because 1440. So you get 440. Now, what does it mean? For 2 years, if it is the 440, for 1 year, what is the interest? For 1 year, the interest will be 220. Okay, 220 is the interest. So, guys, you can see here you will write 220, and here also you will write 220. You know simple interest, it is the same each year. So what percent of 1000 is 220? What percent of 1000 is 220? That is what you have to find, right? Because that is simple interest. Okay, percent for principal. So what percent of 1000 is 220? And you will clearly say the answer is 22 percentage. Okay, because 22 percentage of 1000 is 220. Okay, so the answer is 22 percentage. See how easy it is. You don't need to use complex formulas. You don't need to calculate it. Okay, this is a very easy way to do it, and using this method you can do it in your mind itself, guys, without using pen and paper. Okay, now if you are able to do something in your mind without using pen and paper, that shows you are getting quick. Okay, you're doing it fast, because others, by the time they take a pen and start writing, you'll be done with it in your mind. So make sure you can use these types of shortcuts. I won't say everywhere you can apply the shortcuts, okay, but 60 to 70 percentage of the questions you can apply the shortcuts that I'm teaching you. So make sure that you use it 60 to 70 percentage of the time to get that edge over others. Okay, others will be taking a pen and paper using PNR by 100. They'll be trying to solve the equation. Okay, but you need practice. Okay, use this method and practice. Okay, you will clearly see the speed difference. A certain sum of money amounts to rupees 2500 in a span of 5 years, and further to rupees 3000 in a span of 7 years at simple interest. Find the sum. Again, simple interest, each year interest is the same. So let us see what is given. What is given is they've given that 5 years. Okay, at the end of 5 years, what happens is amount, guys, amount A, okay, the amount is equal to 2500. Now this becomes, at the end of 7 years, amount becomes 3000. Okay, now the first thing that you have to do before you see what find the sum, they're asking you to find the principal. Okay, now the first thing that you guys have to do is, see, for 5 years it is 2500, it is 3000. For 2 years it is simple interest rate. For 2 years, what is the simple interest? For 2 years, SI will be equal to 500. Then for 1 year, SI will be equal to, it will be equal to 250, right, guys? Yes. So you found out your SI. You found out your SI, and it is 250. Okay. So you have to find the principal now. Okay. You found the 250. Now how do you find the principal for 7 years? For 1 year it is 250. Okay. So you just have to like go backwards, guys. It is very easy. See, it says 7 years 3000. Okay. So what happens is 6 years 2750, right? So we'll write it from the top like this. So 7 years, the amount is 3000. For 6 years, the amount will be, guys, 2750, right? For 5 years, the amount will be 2500, right? So you can see it is decreasing by 250 because interest. Okay, the interest is the same each year, right? So it is 250, 250, 250. So you're decreasing because you're going backwards. Okay. So for 4 years, what will happen? For 4 years, this will be 2250. For 3 years, this will be 2000. Guys, see, this I'm doing it step by step, but you can jump steps in your mind. Okay, if for 5 years it is 2500, for 3 years it will be 2000. For 1 year it will be 1500. Okay, so this is how you find it, guys. So but I'm giving you step by step explanation, so I just want to make sure everybody understands this. But using this, you can make your own shortcuts. Okay, you can jump steps. Okay, whatever is comfortable for you. But so here it is like this, 2000. Now 2 years will be equal to 1750. 1 year, at the end of 1 year, the amount will be equal to, okay, all these are amount, guys. At the end of 1 year, it will be 1500. Am I right? Now at 0 years, okay, at the starting, okay, 0 years is the sum, right? 0 years is principal. Okay, at 0 years, you will get 1250, and my principal is nothing but 1250. Okay, this is my principal, guys. 1250. See how easy it is. You can also use the formula, okay, but I think you'll have a hard time using the formula. This is very easy. This is understandable, right? The difference in simple interest and compound interest on a principal of 10 lakh in 3 years at 4 percentage per annum is, guys, they say, look at the important indicators. They say they want you to find the difference. It is between simple interest and compound interest. It doesn't say compounded half yearly, so we presume it is compounded annually. Okay. On a principal of 10 lakh in 3 years at 4 percentage per annum, you can clearly see the principal, which is 10 lakhs, the principal, which is 10 lakhs, and 4 percentage is common for simple interest and compound interest. So we use the formula. We know the formula, right? I just at the start of this session, I gave you formulas for 2 years and 3 years. So we take out the 3 years formula. So if we take out the 3 years formula, we'll be able to solve it very easily. Okay, the formula is again very simple, guys. It is difference equal to PR squared, right? PR square. Just a minute, guys. PR square into 300 plus R divided by 100 cube. Okay, so you just substitute the values, you get the answer, guys. 3 years, this is the formula, right? So you substitute the answer values, what you will get here is P is 10 lakhs. So it is something like this, yeah, 10 lakhs the whole square, not into R whole square. R is 4%, right? So into 16, guys. So into 300 plus R, 304, right? So 16 to 304. So the whole thing divided by 6 zeros, correct? What is 100 cube? So I'd say the 100 cube, the whole thing you divide it by 100 cubed. So 100 cubed is nothing but, okay, which is again, you see you have all these zeros will get cancelled. Okay, these zeros will get cancelled. So finally I left it 16 into 304. So whatever is the answer for 16 into 304 will give you the final answer. So 16 into 304 actually gives you 4864, guys. So that is your final answer. A bank advertises that you can double the money if you invest it with them for 8 years. What is the rate of interest offered by them? As usual, guys, you just have to try to find what interest is it. Okay, if nothing is mentioned, so it is simple interest. If they say the interest is compounded, you know it is compound interest, but they don't mention anything of that sort. So you understand that this is simple interest. A bank advertises that you can double the money if you invest it with them for 8 years. Okay, what is the rate of interest offered by them? So here again, simple interest. So we'll take an example to understand the question. Okay, so what happens is you can double the money, which means 100 will become 200 in 8 years. Okay, so 100 will become 200 and the time that it takes for this is 8 years. Okay, so you can write this as 8 years. Now you have to find the rate of interest, guys. Now how do you find the rate of interest? See, for 8 years, what is the interest amount? For 8 years, what is the interest amount? For 8 years, the interest amount will be, guys, I write the interest amount for 8 years to be 100. If for 8 years interest amount is 100, okay, what is the SI for 1 year? SI for 1 year will be 100 by 8. Okay, I guess it comes up to 12.5, right, guys? So it is 12.5 rupees. Okay, so that is 8. Okay, so simple interest for 1 year is 12.5. Now you tell me, your principal is 100, your simple interest for 1 year is 12.5. What is your rate of interest? Your rate of interest, guys, so if you find your rate of interest, your rate of interest will be 12.5 percentage. And what is the reason? It is 12 point percentage per annum. Okay, so some of you might be wondering, why didn't we just take this 100, and 100 is 100 percentage of 100, right? So the rate of interest is 100 percentage. Why didn't we do that? We did not do that because rate of interest is always calculated per annum. Okay, it is always calculated per annum. So the interest that you take should not be 100, guys. The interest that you take should not be 100 because it is 8 years interest. Okay, what you want is per annum interest. This one 12.5. So you want 1 year interest. Then only you can find the rate of interest per annum. If you take 100, you'll see 100 is 100 percentage of 100, right? So that 100 percentage is for 8 years. Okay, so you can also do it this way. You can take 100 percentage, right? What is 100 percentage? 100 percentage is rate of interest, okay, for 8 years. correct? For 8 years, this is 100 is the interest. What is so what does that mean? It means 100 percentage is the rate of interest for 8 years. Then for 1 year, what will be the rate of interest? It is 100 divided by 8. Okay, you will get the same 12.5 percentage again. Okay, so rate of interest, guys, you whenever you they're asking you to find the rate of interest, it is always per annum. So make sure that you find rate of interest per annum. Okay, and they will also give 100 percentage in your answer options. So make sure you choose 12.5 percentage, because rate of interest is always mentioned per annum. An investment earns 4 paise per rupee invested. If at the end of the year the interest earned by an investment is rupees 100, then the investment is equal to. Obviously, they're talking about the principal, guys. So they've given a few things. So let's see. So again, is it simple interest or compound interest? Nothing of compound categories mentioned. Okay, either they would say compounded half yearly, compounded annually, or compound interest. Okay, if none of these three are mentioned, it is simple interest. So here it is simple interest. So it says an investment earns 4 paise per rupee invested. So what it means is, per rupee invested, what does it mean? If the principal is equal to rupees 1, if principal is equal to rupees 1, what is the interest, guys? The simple interest, okay, is 4 paise. Okay, so 4 paise could be written as 4 by 100. Am I right, guys? So this is the simple interest. Okay, if at the end of the year the interest earned by an investment is rupees 100, then the investment is equal to. Okay, this is very simple. You guys know this chain rule. Yes, what is this chain rule, guys? See, if tell me what is the relationship between principal and rate of interest? What is the relationship between principal and simple interest? Now, as principal increases, simple interest, will it increase or decrease? Simple interest will also increase, correct, guys? For the constant rate of interest, okay, as P increases, SI will increase, correct? So here what happens is, for 1 rupee principal is 1 rupee, the simple interest that you are getting is 4 by 100. Okay, so I'm trying to convert pies into rupees, guys. So that is why 4 by 100. Okay, uh, for 1 rupee. But they say for X amount invested, what is the interest that they get? The interest that they earn is rupees 100. Okay, now you just cross multiply this, you'll get the answer, because P and SI are directly proportionate. Okay, you just have to cross multiply it like this, guys. You will get the answer. So if you cross multiply it, what you will get is, you will get 4x by 100 is equal to 100. This is what you will get. So 4x will be equal to 10,000. 4x will be equal to 10,000, guys, and x will be equal to 2,500. So you can see the principal, the investment will be equal to 2,500. The simple interest earned on a certain amount is double the money when invested for 15 years. What is the rate of interest offered? Now again, you have the question is from simple interest, guys, but the thing here is, the simple interest earned on a certain amount is double the money when invested for 15 years. Okay, so what is double? The simple interest earned on a certain amount. Okay, so you have to understand that the simple interest is double the amount. So let us say, for example, the initial money is 100. Okay, after 15 years, okay, so let's take 15 years. After 15 years, what happens is, so for 15 years The simple interest earned is double the money invested. Correct? The money invested is this one. What is double this one? Double this one is 200, guys. So the simple interest that is earned for 15 years is what? For 15 years, the simple interest earned is 200. So for 15 years, if it is 200, what is 200? 200 is what percentage of 100? 200 is what percentage of 100, guys? 200 is 200 percentage of 100. So the rate of interest is 200 percentage for 15 years. Okay, then I've told you rate of interest is always for one year. So the rate of interest is 200 by 15 for 1 year, and I'd say 200 by 15 is will give you 13.33 percentage. This is per annum. So I'd say 13.33 percentage is your answer, guys. A sum of money is borrowed and paid back in two annual installments of rupees 882, each allowing 5% compound interest. The sum borrowed was. So again, here is it simple interest or compound interest? It is compound interest. Now, is it compounding annually or half yearly? Nothing is mentioned, so it is compounding annually. Now what they say is, guys, some sum of money is borrowed and paid back in two installments of rupees 882. So what is given is, at the end of 1 year he'll pay 882. Okay, so he'll pay back, okay, 882. Okay, at the end of second year also he pays 882. Okay, now what do you think will happen here? See, they also say the compound interest is 5%. Okay, then what could be the sum borrowed here? Okay, so a sum of money that is borrowed and paid back in two annual installments, guys. So what is being paid back is 882 plus 882. This is the amount that is paid back. So 882 plus 882 will give you 1674. So this is the amount paid back after 2 years, or this will be equal to amount after 2 years. So you could write it as amount after 2 years. Now they also say this is compound interest. So this is compound interest, and the rate of interest is marked as 5%. So these are the data that is given to us, guys. So it is paid back like 882 and 882, and now that doesn't mean at the end of first year the amount was this, at the end of second year the amount was this. No, that is not what they're saying. Okay, it was paid in two installments, each allowing 5% compound interest, right? So when he pays it back, it is 1,764. This is the amount he is paying back. Now, how much did he get initially? How much did he borrow? Okay, so that is what they're asking. Okay, when he pays it back, he gives back 1,764. Okay, this is for 2 years. He gives it in 882. Okay, but what does the 882 include? 882 and 882, which is 1,764, includes 2 years of compound interest, which is 5%. Okay, so what in essence is happening is, guys, we'll have a principle, right? So what they're trying to say here is we'll have a principle, right? This principle, okay, will increase by 5%. Okay, so this 5% increase, and then again it will increase by 5%. Okay, because it says 2 years, right? So this will increase by 5%, and again that will increase by 5%. Okay, so in other words, what are you doing? If you listen to my percentages lectures, you are applying two 5%s to P. Okay, if you do this, what will happen is you will get an amount which will be equal to 1,764. If you do this, you will get an amount which will be equal to 1764. Okay, so P is what we have to find. So a number increased 5% and again 5% will give you 1764. How do you increase P by 5% and again by 5%, guys? So let's take P. If I have to increase it by 5%, I have to multiply it by 105 by 100. Okay, and again if I have to increase it by 5%, I have to again multiply it by 105 by 100. Okay, now this is equal to 1764. Now this will finally give you the value of P to be 1600. So do the calculations and you will get this answer. The difference between the compound interest and simple interest on sum of 5 percentage PA for 2 years is rupees 20. Then what is the sum? So see, I told you they could give the difference and then ask the sum. Sum is also called as principal. So you guys know the formula. Here it is 2 years, right? So the formula's difference is equal to PR squared divided by 100 squared. If this is for this thing formula. Now they given you the difference. This is given. Okay, they given this to be 20. Okay, they are asking you to find P. Okay, so 20 is equal to P into R is 5 percentage, right, guys? So I'll write 5 squared. Okay, 5 squared is nothing but 25. So can I write just 25 divided by 10,000? Okay, so this if you solve it, you will get, so the value of, so this will be 4 is equal to P into 5 divided by 10,000. So this will be equal to 40,000 by 5, which is 8,000. So you'll get 8,000 as the value of P. Okay. A person lent rupees 8,000 at a rate of 15 percentage per annum compound interest. What is the interest received after 3 years? I hope you guys are looking at the did you know column at the bottom. Inflation is when the currency has been devalued to a certain level. Go through all the did you knows, guys. Replay the video, go through the did you knows. All these are related to simple interest and compound interest and related to current affairs. Okay, so you'll have to, you can see the economy is not in a good state right now, so you'll have to know what is happening in the stock market, what is happening to economy, or in general what is happening to money. And this chapter is all about money, right? So go through all those things, make sure that you stay informed. A person lent rupees 8,000 at a rate of 15 percentage per annum compound interest. So again, this is very simple mathematics. So I hope you pause the video, do the problem, and then come back again to check the answer. So you are given principal, you are also given rate of interest, you are also given time period. So what you'll do is, you, very simple, guys. If I find 10% and 5%, okay, so if I find 10%, 10%, this is compound interest. Okay, so it is not like each year the interest will be the same. No, that is not the case. But what will be the same is the increase percentage will be the same. So what you have to do is, you have to increase 8,000 by 15 percentage 3 times. Correct? What I'm doing is, I'm doing this. Okay, why am I doing it 3 times? I'm increasing 8,000 by 15 percentage 3 times. So this will give me my final answer. Okay, so this is how simple it is. Okay, you don't need to do anything else. Okay, just increase 8,000 by 15 percentage for 3 years, right? For 1 year, you increase 8,000 by 15 percentage alone. Okay, one time. 2 years, increase 8,000 by 15 percentage 2 times. 3 years, increase 8,000 by 15 percentage 3 times. So that is what I'm doing. If you have to increase a number by 15 percentage, you will multiply it by 115 by 100. Okay, I hope you remember the percentage classes. So this in turn will give you 8,000 into 23 by 20 into 23 by 20 into 23 by 20, right guys? Yes, 115 by 100, I'm writing it as 23 by 20. So this again in turn will give me 8,000 into 23 the whole cubed. Yes, what is 23 into 23 into 23? It is 23 the whole cube, right? So this whole thing I'll write it as 23 the whole cubed, okay, divided by 20 the whole cube. Okay, what is 20 the whole cube, guys? 20 the whole cube, because 20 whole square is 400, right? 20 the whole cube is nothing but 8,000. Okay, so this will actually become 8,000 into, then the say 23 whole cube, I would say 529 into 23 whole square is 529, right? 23 the whole square is 529. Just a minute, guys. 23 whole square is 529 and 23 whole cube is 12167. So this is actually 12167. Now 12167 divided by 8,000. Now this 8,000 and this 8,000 will get cancelled, guys. So you can cancel this out, and finally your answer is 12,167. So, and if you subtract 8,000 from this, which is the principal, you will get 4167 as the interest. See, again, don't make the mistake of marking 12167. You make sure, you be assured you will have an option which is 12,167. You will also have an option which is 4,167. Okay, both the options you will have. Okay, they are asking for interest, so you have to go for 4167. In how many years certain amount becomes thrice of itself at the rate of 12.5 percentage per annum simple interest? So let us take the initial amount to be 100. So in how many years does this become thrice or thrice 300? That is what they're asking. If the rate of interest is 12.5 percentage per annum. Guys, if it is 12.5 percentage, what is 12.5 percentage of 100? It is 12.5, right? So at the end of 1 year, what will happen is, it will be, so 1 year, this will become 112.5. Okay, at the second year mark, this will become, again you'll have to add 12.5, you'll have 125. Okay, at the third year mark, you'll have 137.5. At the fourth year mark, you'll have 150. Now what they're asking is, in how many years will it become thrice itself? Okay, so in how many years certain amount becomes thrice of itself at the rate of 12.5 percentage. So what does thrice mean? How long will it take for 100 to become 300? Yes, that is the meaning of thrice. Okay, how long will it take for 100 to become 300? Okay, so this is what you have to find. Now you can see it goes on like this, right? So how do you find how long it will take to get for 300? See, for it to increase by 50, okay, it took 4 years for it to increase by 50. Okay, now it will take 8 years for it to become 200. Am I right, guys? Yes, this is how you shorten your or save time. Okay, for at the end of 8 years it will be 200. At the end of 12 years it will be 250. Okay, at the end of 16 years it will be 300. So how long did it take for it to become 100 to 300? It is 16 years. 16 years is your answer. What is the ratio of simple interest and compound interest earned on rupees 5,000 at a rate of 10 percentage per annum in 2 years? Okay, so you just have to find the ratio of simple interest and compound interest, guys. Um, it is very easy once you know how to do the with the formula. Okay, without formula itself you can do it. So what is given is 5,000 principal is given, then rate of interest is given 10 percentage PA, then time period is given, which is 2 years. Let's find the simple interest, guys. Simple interest is simple, right? So if it is SI for 2 years, SI for 2 years, for 1 year SI is 10 percentage of 5,000, which is 500. So SI for 2 years is 1,000. Okay, now CI for 2 years, CA for 2 years, guys, will be, what do you think will be the CA for 2 years? Now, CA for 2 years will be, SA for 2 years is 1,000. CA for 2 years, how will you calculate it? 10 percentage of 5,000, it is 500. Okay, so let us do it year by year. So, CA for 1 year will be 10 percentage of 5,000, it will be the same, right? CA for 1 year will be 500. Okay, because 10 percentage of 5,000 is 500. Now CI for 2 years will be, now here you have to take 10 percentage of 5,500. So it should be 10%, 5,500, and the rate of interest is 10 percentage. So it is 10 percentage of 5,500, that is CI for 2 years. Okay, so what is 10 percentage of 5,500 is 550, guys. So it is 550. If you add 5 for 1 year, it is 500. So second year it is 550. So I shouldn't say it's 2 years, I should say it is second year, right? So it is second year. Okay, for 1 year, and CI for second year will be 550. So you just have to add 550 and 5,000, sorry, 500. Okay, so CI for 2 years will be 500 plus 550, which is 1,050, guys. And you guys know simple interest for 2 years is 1,000. So the ratio will be 1,000 is to 1,050, and which will be equal to, I'd say 20 is to 21. Am I right? Yeah, 20 is to 21 is the correct answer, because if you divide 1,000 by 50, it will be 20, guys. So 20 is to 21. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I'll meet you guys in another video. So thanks for tuning in, guys.